Welcome. I'm going to talk about getting funded and why it's a good idea and how you can go about it. So, yeah, just a quick introduction. My name is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way, and just going to go through a few slides here, and then we'll look at some options. So, yeah, what's stopping you from making consistent profits? The whole idea of getting funded is to set you free in trading. I mean, if you're trading with somebody else's money, then you can do what you want. But the whole point of getting funded is there's absolutely no point in getting a funded account if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a system. So you're wasting your time if you just want to, it's very modest fees to get a funded account, but you're just throwing money away and wasting time, more importantly, if you don't know what you're doing. Now, you can get funded accounts in Forex, stocks, futures, and even options. You can get a funded account in anything. So one of the main reasons for doing it is if you think you've got a system and you think it works, but you're underfunded, or just simply don't want to risk your own capital, then take away all the fear, all the mind games, and get funded. But like I said, the only way you're going to make a success of this is if you've got a system. Okay, so yeah, but if you're trading with fear, but you think you're capable of trading, then this is for you. So let's have a look now. The basics of this is there's normally a fee. Sometimes the fee can be next to nothing. It can be sort of 20 or 30 pounds. Other times it could be with different providers with different parameters, different rules. It could be anything up to 50 pounds or 250 pounds. But there's a lot that are very, very cheap. I was testing one this week, and I think it cost me about 25 pounds to trade futures on this demo account. And you only have to trade as little as 10 days in a 1 month period. As soon as you complete your 10 days and you've hit your target, then you can move on to drawdown. And in terms of how much you can earn, a lot of them give you 90% of the profits once you've done the evaluation. Some only give you as little as 50%. Okay, so the key factors, if you must have clear strategies, you've got to go through the trial period and succeed in the trial period in the evaluation, and then they will fund you. Okay, it's basic form, name, address, small fee, and then you're off. There's no other requirements for this. The one I'm testing at the moment is this one here, Lulu. Like I said, this has cost me, forget that, I've paid 25 quid to test a demo. And after 3 days trading, I've nearly hit the target. So actually, I had 100% success. I did 5 trades yesterday and won all 5 trades. This is a very popular one, FTMO. We can do stocks and Forex. There's a lot out there. That's very, very expensive. But if you Google it and look at some of the funded review accounts, find the one that's best for you. I think have a look at the rules they've got. When you Google it, have a look at the rules they've got. These guys here, like I said, for a 25 quid fee, you can trade the futures and commodities. And the account I'm testing is called Aspire. And I just need to make $1,500 and trade a minimum of 10 days. Well, I'm 3 days into it and I'm just about qualified. And then once you're qualified, you get the account. So I think this is a great way for people who either want to trade other people's money, or those people who want to maybe experiment. So if you are new to the futures trading, I've traded futures for a long time. So if you get a futures account and you're not used to it, one thing you'll need to bear in mind is you'll need to understand how this future ladder works. It's not that complicated. Let's see the account balance up here. The profit on that particular day was 960. So the other thing to bear in mind is if you're trading off an IG account, the futures market, it can be off of what IG are quoting you. For example, on the Dow at the moment, the Dow futures contract is 175 pips above the price that IG are quoting you. So be warned of that. These ladders are very simple. You have to configure them. And once you've configured it with a stop loss and a target, all you literally do is if you want to buy, you work out where you want to go on this side of the ladder. If you want to sell, you click this side of the ladder. And you can't see it very clearly here, but these volume charts here are really, really useful because you can see where all the orders are. The whole point of a futures ladder is that you can see where all the orders are. This goes for stocks as well. If you get into the PCNs, you can see where all the orders are in the book for, you don't have to do this. You don't have to use futures ladders. It's just one option that's there if you're a futures trader like me. So what's the other thing I was going to talk to you about? So it's I think this is a really good way. And if you get the trial period, most of the trial periods are not very long. If you come out the other side of them, then you can start to earn. So from start to finish, if you pass the evaluation in, say, a couple of weeks, you can start drawing profits after 4 weeks. A total of 6 weeks, you could potentially be drawing $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, depending on whatever profit you're doing, particularly if you've got one of these funded accounts that can let you, that offers you 90% of the profits. All right. Oh, here we are. We've just had bonds, a bond auction at 6 o'clock, and we got Fed minutes at 7. You can see on this chart, on the 60-minute chart, this is range to last week's. So on Bank Holiday Monday, they dipped it right into the Thursday support on the Dow here. They yanked it up onto the CPI data, dropped it into the cash open. They dropped it into the major support down there. That was a major breakup area from yesterday, which I took. And here we are heading back to that high on the Dow. And the oil is incredibly stubborn. I actually tried to short the oil today. Very limited risk. But the oil has, it's just not hesitating. It's hitting a lot of resistance up here. Anyway, let's, any questions on funded accounts? If you want, like I said, there are different, just to recap, there are different ones for stocks, Forex, and futures, i.e. Dow and oil and gold. And they're very cheap, but you need to be quite clear about what you need to do to get through the evaluation. Right, while I've got you guys in the room, let's go through some of these charts and look at the bigger picture. seeing as I didn't do a Monday session. Let's go and look at this. One of my main focuses for this year. So if you look on this chart at the moment, this is wheat. Heavily committed to wheat. I will ditch that commitment if we don't start to get sorted quickly. So here we are, spent on this weekly chart. We spent March and the first half of April down here. I'll send you a little bit more information, Patrick, about them, because I think you might be very interested. Yeah, so I'm back here in July 21. We busted up here. But we're sitting on this major pink zone support, and I need this to close above $7, but we look as if we might do that sometime soon, today, hopefully. So I'm still committed to wheat. We look at things like corn. Corn's doing a lot better than wheat. We're down there at $6. No, not a lot better. We're not that far up. Only 35 cents off of these March lows. So that's not doing much, is it? Let's have a look at copper. Yeah, copper's getting some steam up after this 88. Let's put that 4-hour chart away because we don't need a 4-hour chart here. So yeah, I'm just a commodity bug this year, and these charts look really good. I've lost my drawing, hang on. Got it. Yeah, so we've broken up, pulled back to the trend line on this copper. The lows got bought down here, the volume's picking up, and copper looks as if that could go higher. Let's look at your euro short, because last I looked, euro was holding up. Yeah. So you can see on this weekly chart, we've still got all these higher closes under a belt, and we've not hit a trend line resistance yet. And look on the daily. We only just recently come in contact with the daily 20-day average early part of this week, and that's got bought. So we look as if we could be heading, or we're very close to that resistance now. Watch out for this grey zone up here on the high. So if you're stopped out, back off and keep an eye out for these higher targets here. See if we run into that and then fall out. Volume has been, on this weekly chart, you see the volume has been falling out. So we've been coming up on lower volume. So it could be we won't get up there. It could be we'll just squirt higher here and then turn around. But in the meantime, there was no daily signals on this, certainly no weekly signals. So dollar weakness is persisting, which is one of the reasons why these markets are propped up. So Fed minutes in 42 minutes is going to be crucial. Not so sure we're going to get any surprises in there, but let's see. On the US side, yeah, if you had a funded account in stocks, you could be buying into this completely risk-free and taking hands-on profits. So we got a decent move up here on the 16th of March. This is FCX, copper miner. Any pullbacks, get any shocks down to 38.80, that one's a good buy. But some of these stocks here, let's have a look at Nvidia. Nvidia's been on a huge run. But if you look at this weekly chart here, this weekly is the telltale sign. when we were down here in October last year, we had a fantastic weekly buy signal, new low, closed above this March 21 support, and then we're potentially going back to 22 highs. Very, very clean run. Shallow pullback here in December, and then once we got into the new year, they just ran with it. So it's these kinds of patterns with volume in good quality stocks that are going to make your money. Let's get an update on gold as we get into more and more noise. Gold's 2008. This has been a really tough one to trade intra-week. The last 2 months, it's popped up on the last 2 Mondays in a row. So very, very tough trading on this. So that's why I'm hoping this gets yanked down. 1950, 1970 would be great. Because I just think there's a lot of traders like me who have missed out on this. So I'm not convinced we can sustain these highs without a decent pullback. So I'm hoping that one pulls back. I did short the FTSE today, but we've still closed higher on this. I shorted it because it's a key area of resistance. We're in the March 9th. This is a daily chart on the FTSE. We're in this March 9th drop zone. So I thought there's a decent chance that might get rejected. Well, it's been tested and we closed lower, but I need that to close under 7,700 for that to be a worthwhile short. So keep an eye on that, because if we start poking up into those into that pink zone and getting a sell signal, assuming we do hold up here, then I will get short again. Weekly chart, I've got main resistance at 7,900. All right, anything you want me to look at? What else are you guys in? Let's have a look at, because Patrick, you said you thought this Vodafone could drop off. The daily chart is struggling, definitely. The volume has decreased on the upside. But the weekly is, if we close above this weekly resistance, I think the Vodafone could pop. I am long this Vodafone. Also, obviously, a lot of resistance. It wasn't that long ago we were up there at 102. So I'm just waiting to see if that can break through this and close higher. All right, you're very quiet. You're not asking me to look at anything, so I'll have a look at a couple other things. Boo. Yeah, ever since we came off that 60, this is not holding. So this is last chance saloon. You don't see conviction, okay. Things like shoe zone. Wow. Yeah, I'm in Petrofac. Let's have a look at that Petrofac again. It's pulled right back into its yeah. I had a feeling it would peel back. So we almost peeled back to the 50 breakout zone, pulled back to 53.5 and held. So we need to see this getting back up to those highs. Because if this continues, if this closes under 60 anytime soon, then that could be out. But I am still in that. What I tend to do if you get a big pop, I tend to scale in and out. So I took half off here, and now I'm contemplating buying back half if we come into this and hold. But lovely setup down there. Extreme oversold. So we're just sitting and staying in that weekly zone at the moment with it all to do. Anything else? Hit wave. Wow, that's really high. Look at the weekly chart. What did you buy this down at the lows? Have you been in this, or you? No. I don't even know. I don't know this name. What do they do? So the buy signal on the trend line in October last year, we were down there at 140. And we just done 270. Wow. If you're interested in buying this, which I presume is why you've mentioned it, I would want to see a decent pullback here. I mean, the main support is down there at 185, 190. What do you think you're doing with this? At 230. Oops, didn't do that. Right. I don't like the volume. The volume is really tailing off there. So we'll have between 28th of Feb and middle of March. So, oh, right, okay. That figures, because AIM stocks tend to look like that. It's blown up out of nowhere because there was a spike in volume down here in 8th of Feb. Yeah, I do like BT. I wouldn't touch it unless that had a significant pullback, particularly as it's AIM. Yeah, so BT's gone from 108 to 155. I would need whoops. I messed up my fibs now. I'd need a decent pullback to at least 147 here. We're tapping into resistance already. I think this is stocks like this are just great on pullbacks. It's got a lovely channel forming there. Yeah, any pullback into 140, 145 is potentially a buy. Otherwise, it's too. Otherwise, you're paying too high a price. We're at the top of the range here at resistance. It could, if we break and close above 155, then you're going to have to buy higher. Yeah, I need to go as well. Let's have a quick look at the markets before we go. Yeah, all markets are pulling up. All right, I'll send you a few more links about funded accounts. Have a read through, because that is definitely something that I think you should consider. So thanks for joining me, guys. And I will send out more information. If you're watching this online, send through YouTube or whatever, send me a link from tradeeasyway.com. All right, thanks.